I understand you are in some sort of discernment right now.
Yeah. So that was also a huge part of it. When that call came to like leave accounting, there was also the call of being open to religious life.
Okay.
And that was really hard.
Why was that?
Because it wasn't normal to me. The only sister. So I went to elementary school in Venezuela.
Okay.
Not even elementary, because I moved. So I went to for like pre-K and kinder.
Okay.
To a school run by nuns.
Okay.
And it was beautiful. But the nuns, that's all the exposure I had, other than what you hear of nun hits you with the ruler, or like the nuns are out there, or cloistered, or, it's only women who couldn't find a husband. So it was hard, I think, to be open, like not really knowing what it was. But I had the gift that at St. Thomas, there was a Sister Albert Marie, and Sister Chow, and I had a class with both of them. And they were a joy. And they were so fun. I remember Sister Chow, I had her class when COVID started. So we switched to online on Zoom. And she starts the class and she tells us, she's like, I wanted to start the class with a background screen of a beach and like just my toes, pretending I'm out on the beach on vacation. But my sisters thought that might scare y'all off. So like, like the jokes, we love pranks, like all of that. So
yes,
I started being open to it. And so, yeah,
it became more normal. It
totally.
wasn't this,
and
this
I think
crazy
even
thing.
my friend group, Father Dad Michael was kind of my first friend that was a priest, because Father Dad loved him, but he was never a friend. At that point, he was still
with the age gap too, and all
he was
that.
Always just the priest that was at St. Faustina, and that's it. But I think through my friend group, being friends with other priests, having my friends join seminary, see them discern, being open, seeing my friends be open to discernment and to the religious life. Religious and priests are normal people too, who just, instead of giving themselves completely to a spouse, give themselves completely to the church.
Because we're talking in KYA, like we've got some of the seminarians, and they were somehow associated with KYA and priests now too, right?
Yeah. So like when we started KYA, Father Dad Michael was the chaplain, so Father Dad told him like, hey, we have a young adult group, start there. And so he brought over his friends. So now Father Chad, now Father Christopher, were over all the time. And we kind of hit it off like as a friend group. So like they kind of joined our friend group too. So like even outside of KYA, when I would host dinners at my house, they were over at the house. And then Keenan is one of my really good friends, and he entered the seminary.
Yes.
And then Mariana's brother, David, was a seminarian. So of course, Mariana would invite him over. And at the time, now Father Luis was doing pastoral year at St. Bart's. So he would come over every once in a while.
So it's just a normal thing to have priests around and priests in your friend group. And
and I think Father Richard saw like my, work ethic or my energy or willing to help. Since I was little, anything, even outside of the church, just anything. It's like, does anyone, me? I volunteered for everything. I can do that was my person. I'm like, I'm not overwhelmed. I don't have any, I'll do more.
Even just now, like, you're working at a parish and you're volunteering at another parish.
But it brings me so much joy that it's so worth it. And I've gotten good of like knowing when I can. Like this weekend, I could have technically come to the retreat on Friday and Sunday because altar server was just Saturday. But I knew I wasn't going to be present, and I knew I needed to rest because I have a retreat coming up at St. Martha's. So, also finding that balance. But Father Richard started asking us for a few things, like just helping events with the vocations office. So like seeing that going to the seminary, these are normal people.
Yeah.
And I think that was a huge shift. So like just being open to it. So part of leaving accounting was like, I think God's calling me to do this for the rest of my life.